Hey, what's up? This is Troller, and I'm bringing you guys a game where I go 40-4. It's pretty enjoyable to watch, and it's not the usual setup, but it's kind of a cheap setup if you think about it. You're going to see it in a second, but I'll start to go over it anyway. I'm using the ACR with a red dot. Yes, the ACR, the incredibly accurate gun, but I'll get into why I use it in a sec. My secondary is the RPG. My equipment is the Semtech and stun grenades, and my perks are Scavenger Pro, Danger Close Pro, and Steady Aim Pro. Now, what I'm mainly doing for this game is I'm usually focusing on my second perk, Danger Close Pro. I like this perk because it's very, like, the pro version is what you want. It boosts up your air support, like it gives your air support steroids basically. Harriers, payloads, and I think the best one, I think the AC-130 is just incredible damage with the explosive boost you get and the increase on the air support. So it's kind of like your AC-130 is really, really jacked up. Like, if you had to compare it to steroid use, it'd probably be like Arnold Schwarzenegger back in his muscle building days. It's just incredibly powerful, and I don't know if you're gonna see it in this one because my AC-130 doesn't get that many kills, but you'll definitely see the increase in the explosive radius. And with that said, my kill streaks are the Harrier, Pavlo, and the AC-130, and they're all air support, which is good because my second perk, the Danger Close Pro, is basically boost up all my air support. So, and I think the really deadly things to put Danger Close Pro on is the Pavlo and the AC-130 are just, they're like really freaking jacked up. So yeah, so when you're using that perk, you want to use explosives, so that's why I put like the RPG and the Semtex on. And I usually put a noob tube on, yes, a noob tube on my gun, but I decided to use a gun that would actually benefit from Scavenger because when I'm using Danger Close Pro, I get all those explosives. And I also think that a Stealth Bomber just flew by. I think also that Danger Close Pro boosts up that air support, like the Stealth Bomber. Same thing with the AC-130. It's like a 2-for-1. Explosive gets a boost, and it just gets a boost because it's air support. And that's why I don't like having steady aim on the ACR. I mean, that was just horrible. Like, I saw that guy, I thought steady aim would come to my aid, and no, it didn't. It just sucks on the ACR. Don't use steady aim. If you're using a danger close setup, an explosive setup, in other words, use a different third perk, like possibly sit rep or any other of the third perks. Just steady aim is not really going to benefit unless you're using like close range with all your rifles. And as you can see here, I'm not close range, I'm like medium to long range. And this is where I start building up my kill streaks. I just start lighting the crap out of the other team. And in the beginning, I rushed over to their spawn because I was like, yeah, I got explosives, I'll wreck them. But no, as soon as I got over there, the spawn switched on me. But they ended up coming to me anyway, so I was all good with it. And you can see here, once I got my kill streak, I just back off. I'm like, I'm good, I have my Harrier. I heard this in another commentary video, but it's like when you get to your Harrier, it's like a Sunday. It's like when you get to the 7th day, you rest. You let your kill streaks do all the work, build up, get your other kill streaks. Because once you get a 7 kill streak, you're basically like, you want your other kill streaks, like the Pavlo. I also have the AC-130. And yeah, just take that in mind. If you have a high kill streak thing, once you get it, just back off and let your kill streaks get your other ones. Because then once you have a kill streak, you have it. You can see here, I'm not calling it that Pavlo because even if I die now, I'm still going to have it. And I don't want my Pavlo and Harrier taking kills from each other. But I saw my Harrier wasn't getting any kills really, so I was like, come on Harrier, what the hell? So I called him my Pavlo. And here's a bummer, like right here. The Pavlo is iffy. Pablo the Pavlo is very iffy. Some days it will go towards your kill streak, the other days it won't. I've heard from people that like if you don't die, the Pavlo will count towards your kill streak, and if you get a kill before the Pavlo does, when you call it in, it'll count towards your kill streak. I really don't even know. I ended up calling another Pavlo in this game too, and I didn't get a kill with it, I think. I don't know, we'll have to see, but it ended up going towards my kill streak, so I don't know. I think that thing hates me, I believe. Because I called in my Harrier that usually gets me an AC-130, and then I called in a Pavlo that should have got me my AC-130, and I'm like, oh, come on. So I'm just playing it cautious, trying to get my AC-130, because that's the main thing I want. I think I get it right here, because I have Danger Close on. My big kill streak that I want to use is that AC-130, and I'm going to save it too, because like I already have a Pavlo in the air, and plus like I want to build my kill streak up, so like next time I die I'll call it in and see how it goes. Yeah, but on Quarry you mainly want to stick to the buildings. Don't go outside, because everybody's going to come flocking into you, and you're going to have the jump on them, and mainly when you're running across in the open, some sniper, some guy is gonna spot you first and shoot you, and before you even know where he's shooting from, you're gonna die. But if you want to move out, just stick to cover like I am. I'm moving out, but at the same time, I'm trying to find some cover. I failed at getting up there, but I'm not running in a straight line. I try to find some cover, and this is right here when I start using some explosives. That right there is why I love using Danger Close Pro, because you can just kill like 2 people. Like I shot that through a window, probably hit the ceiling, and blew up anything in that freaking warehouse. And that's the main thing like with Danger Close. Using RPG, and I got kind of frustrated here because I was backing off to use my AC-130, and I died anyway because I forgot to check behind me. But here's where you get to see Danger Close at its best. Like, there's not many people outside. You'll see there's not many people anywhere, and I was kind of pissed off. I was like, are you kidding me? There's only like 2 people on the other team that are actually red dots. But I can fire into the buildings and just get them from here. You'll start to see when I come around where that red dot is, I start firing into the spawn. And you see how far away that missile, like that little bomb was, and it just nailed it. I start to fire into the things and stuff like that, and you'll pick a lot of people off, actually, surprisingly. The radius of the AC-130 is just increased so much. If you get a map like Wasteland, or a map that just you can really wreck on, you'll see it. Like, I remember one time I had Danger Close on, and I shot into a spawn. I got like 6 kills. It was just awesome. And let's go into a. If you're using Danger Close, use Scavenger. Like, by all means, use Scavenger Pro or whatnot, because your second. I think your second perk's mainly what makes you play like your game style. If you have stopping power, your guns are basically just like Jesus. Like, if Jesus had a gun, it would probably be the M16 with stopping power. But yeah, and if you're using something like Hardline, you're gonna use a gun that's like juiced up, that can kill people easily, or like full spread like the ACR. But since I'm using Danger Close, it gives me a boost on my explosives, so I want to keep using as much explosives as I can. That's why I recommend using a noob tube if you want, because you'll fire off your noob tubes and then you run over somebody's dead body and bam, it's replenished. And you'll see like right here, that window right there where everybody shoots at. Like people started blocking me from there, and I keep noticing that people go there, so I start to pull out some explosives on them. And that was just a good reason of listening to footsteps. And right here is just like, I don't know, my explosives go off on a rampage. I can just fire into a building, and the radius just can take them out. And steady aim actually works for me right there, so sweet. Don't chase people, because if you do, they'll just kill you. Like, I was waiting around this corner for this guy to follow me, and his teammate saw that I killed him, so he comes around the corner too, because I heard him coming around, and there he is right there. That's what happens when you chase people. You die. Like, they're gonna wait for you around the corner. And I think it's like nearing the end of this game, I start pulling out some explosives. But yeah, use Danger Close Pro. Definitely give it a try. Use some explosives. Try it out, because the air support is really jacked. I mean, you could see just my Harrier and Pavlo going to town. This time my Pavlo actually, I don't know if that was my Pavlo or my Harrier that got me my AC-130, but it did. And right when I called in, I was pretty upset, because like, game's over. But it was a fun run anyway. I also want to mention my friend Benny Boy, whatever. He also is making some commentaries now, mainly Battlefield Bad Company 2. But go check out his channel. I'll leave an annotation and whatnot. And yeah, there's more videos on the way.